A Marae malae. Malae is a communal or sacred place that serves religious and social purposes in Polynesian societies. In all these languages, the word also means cleared, free of weeds, trees, etc. It generally consists of an area of cleared land roughly rectangular, bordered with stones or wooden posts, perhaps with terraces, which were traditionally used for ceremonial purposes, and in some cases, a central stone ahu or au. In the Rapanui culture of Easter Island, ahu has become a synonym for the whole Marae complex. In some modern Polynesian societies, notably that of the Maori of New Zealand, the Marae is still a vital part of everyday life. However, in tropical Polynesia, most Marae were destroyed or abandoned with the arrival of Christianity in the 19th century, and some of them have become an attraction for tourists or archaeologists. Nevertheless, the place where the Marae were built is still considered as tapu in most islands. Etymology. The word has been reconstructed by linguists to Eastern Oceanic *malae, with the meaning open, cleared space used as meeting place, a ceremonial place. Marae in New Zealand. In Maori society, the Marae is a place where the culture can be celebrated, where the Maori language can be spoken, where intertribal obligations can be met, where customs can be explored and debated, where family occasions such as birthdays can be held, and where important ceremonies, such as welcoming visitors or farewelling the dead, can be performed. Like the related institutions of Old Polynesia, the Marae is a wahi tapu, a sacred place, which carries great cultural meaning. In Maori usage, the Marae is the open space in front of the whare nui, a meeting house. However, the term Marae is generally used to refer to the whole complex, including the buildings and the open space. This area is used for po-whiri, welcome ceremonies featuring oratory. Some Marae do not allow women to perform oratory there. The meeting house is the locale for important meetings, sleepovers, and craft and other cultural activities. The whare kai is used primarily for communal meals, but other activities may be carried out there. Many of the words associated with Marae in tropical Polynesia are retained in the Maori context. For example, the word pae refers to the bench where the speakers sit. This means it retains its sacred and ceremonial associations. Marae occur in various sizes, with some whare nui being a bit bigger than a double garage and some being larger than a town hall. Legal status. A Marae is a meeting place registered as a reserve under the Te Tuawhenua Maori Act 1993. Each Marae has a group of trustees who are responsible for the operations of the Marae. The Act governs the regulation of Marae's reservations and sets out the responsibilities of the trustees in relation to the beneficiaries. Generally, each Marae has a charter which the trustees have negotiated with the beneficiaries of the Marae. The charter details matters such as the name of the Marae and a description of it. A list of the beneficiaries, usually iwi, hapu whānau. In some cases, the Marae is dedicated to the common good of the people of New Zealand. The methods used to select trustees. General governing principles of the Marae. The ways in which the trustees may be held accountable by the beneficiaries, and methods for conflict resolution. Principles governing appointment and recognition of committees to administer the Marae. Procedures for amending the charter and for ensuring adherence to its principles. The New Zealand Maori Arts and Crafts Institute Act 1963 was passed, and the institute built to maintain the tradition of whakairo. The NZMACI is responsible for the restoration and building of over 40 Marae around New Zealand. Tangihanga. Like in pre-European times, Marae continue to be the location of many ceremonial events, including birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries. anniversaries. The most important event located at Marae is the tangi hanga. Tangi hanga of the means by which the dead are farewelled and the surviving family members supported in Maori society, as indicated by Karai and Higgins. The importance of the tangi hanga and its central place in Marae custom is reflected in the fact that it takes precedence over any other gathering on the Marae. Traditional church and educational uses, most iwi, hapu, and even many small settlements have their own Marae. An example of such a small settlement with its own Marae is at Hongoika Bay, Climerton, the home of renowned writer Patricia Grace. Since the second half of the 20th century, Maori in urban areas have been establishing intertribal Marae such as Mararoa in eastern Porirua. For many Maori, the Marae is just as important to them as their own homes. Some New Zealand churches also operate Marae of their own, in which all of the functions of a traditional Marae are carried out. Churches operating Marae include the Anglican, Presbyterian, and Catholic churches. In recent years, it has become common for educational institutions, including primary and secondary schools, technical colleges, and universities, to build Marae for the use of the students and for the teaching of Maori culture. These Marae may also serve as a venue for the performance of official ceremonies relating to the school. The Marae of the University of Auckland, for instance, is used for graduation ceremonies of the Maori department, as well as welcoming ceremonies for new staff of the university as a whole. Its primary function is to serve as a venue for the teaching of whakauriro, Maori language and culture, and important ceremonies for distinguished guests of the university. Two spectacular secondary school Marae are located in the Waikato at Te Awamutu College and Fairfield College. The latter was designed by a Maori architect with a detailed knowledge of carving and weaving. The Whare Nui features an intricately carved revolving po as well as many other striking features. In addition to school activities, it is used for other weddings. Cook Islands. In the Cook Islands, there are many historic Marae that were used for religious ceremonies on the islands. Rarotonga and Aitutaki have some particularly impressive Marae. Although the carved figures on the Marae were destroyed, burned, or taken away by zealous British missionaries, the stones of many of the ancient Marae are still there. Some Marae are in better shape than others, as vegetation grows fast on the islands. In Rarotonga, a few of the Marae are still maintained, and are quickly tidied up before the investiture of a new ariki. Rarotongan tradition holds that Taputaputia Marae at Rarotonga, which archaeologists have dated to the 13th century, was built by Tangi'ia, who brought the central stone with him from the ancient Marae of the same name at Raiatea. Indeed, it seems that it was quite usual in ancient times to take a stone from this Marae. The son of Tetapara and Teu had not only the right to a seat in the great Marae of Taputaputia in Raiatea, but he could take his stone from Taputaputia and set it up in his own district of Peraru, so founding a Marae Taputaputia of his own to wear the Marae in Rapanui, Easter Island. In the remote southeastern corner of the Polynesian triangle, elements of the traditional Polynesian Marae evolved into the Rapanui, Easter Island, Ahu and their iconic moai, Tahiti. In Tahiti, Marae were dedicated to specific deities, and also connected with specific lineages said to have built them. During the 1994 restoration of Taputaputia Marae at Raiatea Island by archaeologists from the Tahiti Museum, human bones were discovered under some of the structures. It is possible they were the remains of sacrifices to the Polynesian god Oro, revered in Tahiti.